So we're back for another deep dive, and today we're going to be looking at Layered Prayers by Canibus.
Right.
This is going to be...
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. This will be interesting. We're going to look at it from a lot of different angles today, but primarily we're going to be focusing on the
spirituality, the wordplay.
Spirituality and wordplay of the lyrics.
Right from the jump, you know, when he says, Mother Earth absorbs the blood I bleed. Hip-hop is my blood, I believe.
Yeah, that's quite a statement, right? To start off, like, right out the gate.
Yeah, that's a powerful statement.
Yeah.
I mean, he's making it clear how important hip-hop is to him.
Yeah, it's almost like it's beyond just passion, right? It's a part of him.
Oh, yeah.
It's spiritual.
It's a life force. Like, it's almost like a religion in a way, right? Like hip-hop is his religion.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that theme continues, right?
Yeah.
Like that feeling of freedom that you get when you're so connected to something, right? Whether it's art, music, anything, right?
Right.
Where it's just flowing through you. And he talks about that a little bit later. He uses the lion analogy. He's like lion on the loose, you know.
Right. But then he also says he's, kind of a recluse.
Yeah, recluse, right? Like he's this powerful force, but at the same time, he's also like
kind of
withdrawn. Yeah. Like a dictator, right?
Yeah. So there's that duality there.
Yeah. There's a real tension, right? In that.
Yeah, like he's acknowledging the kind of the burdens that come with that power.
The burdens, yeah. And the responsibility of it, right?
Right.
Like he's a powerful person, but he also has to be careful with that power. Yeah. And I think that kind of leads us into the next part that I wanted to talk about, which is where he says, on planet Earth, I design mankind's rebirth, a marvel of water and rock salt from a verse.
Okay, yeah.
Like, what's going on there?
Well, I mean, he's really elevating himself to this role of a creator, right? He's not just a rapper. He's designing mankind's rebirth.
Right.
And he's doing it through his verse.
Yeah.
Through his words. And I think that's a really interesting point. Like, how much power do words have?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? Because he's not just rapping.
Right.
He's not just, rhyming words together. He's actually saying, like, I'm creating something.
It's creating.
I'm shaping a reality with these words. And I think, it does kind of make you think, like, what can we create with our own voices and stories?
Exactly, yeah.
And then he kind of shifts gears again a little bit. He says, the innocent murdered because they worshipped him. They left the serpent in, but it never occurred to them.
Right.
Now, what do you make of that?
Well, I think there's a couple ways to look at that, right? But one is that he's maybe criticizing blind faith. Blindly following a leader or an ideology without really questioning it.
Yeah.
And maybe he's saying that can lead to negative consequences.
It can be dangerous, right? To not question things,
right?
And to just accept what you're told.
And it ties back into the power dynamic too, right?
Yes.
Like who has the power and who's being influenced
and who's being manipulated, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And then he keeps coming back to this idea of telluric energy, right?
Yeah.
And he says, telluric energy drawn from the bowels of the earth. I'll show you the power of the verse.
So telluric energy, right? It's the Earth's natural energy. It's the magnetic fields, the energy currents, all that stuff. And he's connecting that to his verse, to his words.
Right. He's drawing on that power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's fueling his creativity.
Yeah. And it's interesting, right? Because it's not just a metaphor.
Right.
It's like he's literally saying, like, I'm drawing power from the earth. Like, this is where my power comes from.
And I think there's also this idea that power is available to everyone.
Right.
It's not just him.
It's not unique to him.
Yeah, anyone can tap into that telluric energy.
Yeah, if they know how.
Right.
If they can connect to it. And we got to talk about the wordplay.
Oh, the wordplay is
like the wordplay is just it's next level.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Like, for example, he says, skinny ass nigga, grab your neck with a pen grip. Bend it through telepathic suggestion. It's like, it's so layered, right? There's so much going on there. Like he's using the pen as a weapon.
Yeah.
He's saying, like, I can control you with my words. Like, I can bend your mind. It's almost like,
it's like a superpower.
yeah, it's like a superpower, right?
Yeah.
And it all ties back into that spirituality, right?
Absolutely.
It's like he's accessing this higher power through his language.
Right.
Through his words.
Yeah, it's not just, rhyming for sake of rhyming.
Right.
It's using language to explore these really deep, profound concepts.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes Canibus so unique. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's operating on a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, we could probably talk about layered prayers for hours, but we're running out of time
Right.
For this deep dive.
Yeah.
But if you want to learn more about hip hop, if you want to kind of go down the rabbit hole, we recommend checking out C Radio Podcast on Spotify.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And also Rippers Unite on YouTube.
Yeah, they have some great content.
Yeah, those are both great resources for anyone who wants to kind of dive deeper into hip hop and its history and its culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as we wrap up, the thing that I keep coming back to is this idea that words have power, right?
Yeah.
And Canibus really I think embodies that.
Absolutely.
He shows that in his music.
Yeah.
And so I think the question for all of us is, if words have this much power, what are we going to do with our own voices?
That's a good question. What kind of world are we going to create?
What kind of world are we going to create?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm excited to find out.
Me too. Yeah.